Hello folks, how are we gonna make this bus ready for paint and get into all those nooks and crannies? We called out the professionals. Steve, why don't you tell us a little bit about your process and what we're gonna do here to get that nice finish so we can get the paint to stick?
So today we're starting off with some recycled bottle glass. We're going to use about 110 psi, and we're going to get the paint off without damaging those rivets. And that's the big deal, is saving those rivets but still keeping it from you having to go in there and hand sand each one around it. It also varies on distance. You know, the farther away, the bigger the area, the closer, the smaller the area. You know, last time we did a bus, we used baking soda, but that was because we were trying to polish the bus after we were done to show that beautiful metal.
I think the other difference on the last one is we had glass that we couldn't get. So we had rubber in place, and what you recommended is if we used the baking soda, we could get to all those nooks and crannies and not damage the rubber and not damage the glass. But like you're saying, yeah, it took forever to vinegar and water and soap that thing like 9 different times, try to get that all neutralized, so that way we had a good surface to paint. And this time you recommended that we use that glass because everything is out. We don't have anything that we're trying to protect. It'll save time, it'll help stay on budget, keep you guys on schedule, and try to get this thing as ready as we can, as quick as we can, right?
Right. So what we're using today is a 185 compressor, and it's a tow behind, it's self-contained, really nice machine. It makes the job so much easier. It doesn't plug up. The glass, I think, is going to do a great job. It's going to hit the surface and break, so we're not going to get the pitting is as heavy as some of the other materials out there. It's a little bit less dust than the baking soda that we used last time, so the cleanup was going to be a lot easier. What's really nice, there's no chemicals involved. There's nothing to. It's a neutral product, and that's what's really nice. The glass, you can use it to aerate the soil. I mean, you can leave it on the ground. It really doesn't hurt anything. It doesn't cut you. Great product for this. So this morning I brought help. Couldn't do it all by myself. This is Scott. He's been with me for a while. Good friends. He's the main blaster. Scott, would you like to tell him a little bit about what you do?
Yeah, well, what we're going to do is make sure we have the right distance and the right media flow. We got to get into the nooks and crannies. Got to make sure everything's clean when we're done. Got to wear safety gear, mask, headphones. We're looking at about an 8-hour day here. We got 2 days of work to do. Both days are going to be full. It's going to be fun.
Right.
We're going to get it done.
So now that we're all set up, I'll get out of the way, let the professionals get to the work, and let's see how it looks.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Let the magic begin. So Steve's over there getting the machine all pumped up. Scott's over here all suited up, getting ready to blast away.
So let's go on the other side, and want to start.
You're over here and you sprayed a little bit of an area. What were you trying to check out?
Well, what I'm looking for is to see how quick and how easy everything's going to come off, to give us an idea of are we on time, are we going to be able to get this done on time. It looks like everything's really coming off nicely. I wanted to go inside and give it a test blast and see how that's coming off, and then we can go around and get started.
Sounds cool.
So right here, we got nice clean metal, and I think that looks good to me. We've etched this, it's got a nice texture to it. You feel the difference. That's nice and clean, and I think that's accomplishing what we want.
Yeah, as long as we have a nice clean surface for everything to stick to, and then getting through all that old coating, whatever is on there, so that way whatever we're gonna put over here is gonna stick, but it looks great. Man, so that's just what's left of that paint.
Just a little bit there. You know, the question is how clean do we really need it? We don't want to overeat it. You know, when you go back to try to hit this little bit, you know, you're hitting all the way around. So the question is do we want to leave a little, or do we want perfectly white metal? When you're hitting this little spot here, you're eating all of that.
So when you're getting a wider area, you can kind of distribute all of that glass to get us a nice finish without focusing on such a small area and damaging the surface.
Yep.
Right? It's kind of like perfection isn't never going to happen, so we're trying to find that happy medium between cleaning off the surface, getting it as close as we can, and not overeating like you do at the buffet where you're rolling out and you just, yeah, it's not good.
No, exactly. That is our goal.
Man, the only downfall to when you do that, you start finding all these little spots that are definitely going to need a little bit more attention, because we didn't even see that before we blasted, right?
Right.
You know?
Yeah. Well, as you're removing this paint, you're going to start seeing things that you don't want to see. But again, that's the idea of it, to know what's going on underneath it.
I'll get out of your way, let you get back to it. All right, guys, so we set up GoPros all over so that we can't miss anything on this project, and show you guys all of the behind the scenes on what goes into making this bus ready for paint. So now they're getting in all the nooks and crannies, now they're getting around the rivets, now they're getting everywhere that we can't get with your standard sander and your wheels and this and the scuff pads. They're just So I would say that that's a wrap, but it's more like that's a blast. The team from Global Soda Blasting, man, came in here, took off that old nasty paint that had to go, got in all the nooks and crannies, didn't miss a rivet, stayed on time, stayed on budget, nailed it, took care of all the things we didn't want to do here at Leisure Coachworks. We got a nice clean surface, ready for the guys to come in and do what we need to do to make it everything that customer wants it to be. So if you're in Fontana and you got a project of your own, stop on by, we'll talk to you about it, or click on that bell to get notified of future projects and future updates to come. Keep on blasting. One, two, three, blast off! Yeah! Woo! What?